All right, let's go over how we fill out a practice log for the Schlager Orchestra program. First, we're going to enter our email address so that way you can get a copy of your log every time you log a practice login. There's my email address. I'm going to get a copy. Then I'm going to put my child's first and last name. Here's mine as an example. I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to enter the date you practice. So I'm going to click on the drop-down menu so it shows a calendar. And I'm going to click on today's date, or I can choose one of the days before that up to Monday for this week 4. I cannot do a backlog from the previous week. For example, I couldn't backlog from the last week, like September 3rd, 4th, 5th, or 6th, or 7th, or 8th, because we start a new practice log every Monday up until the following Sunday. And then we can backlog from any day before previous in this week. So I'm going to click on the 10th because that's today's date. I'm going to enter how many minutes I practiced. So let's say I practiced for 25 minutes. That's an okay time to practice. I would say go for more 30 or 45 minutes, but make sure that it's excellent practice, not just you on your phone, and try to make a recording. So what did you practice? The title of your piece or exercises or technique that you worked on that we did in class, such as something on the string warm-ups, or check your what do you need to improve sheet that we worked on in class at the end. So something we did today in Honor Orchestra was we wrote in measures 15 through 19, notes, dynamics, and bowing. Okay, so that's what I say I worked on for 25 minutes, those measures. That'd be something good to write in. If you're a beginner, you'd probably write something a little less. I'm sorry. For example, this you have to put the title so that way I understand what you're practicing. So you can put like a shorthanded version, my country, so I know what piece you're talking about. Beginners, let's go back to that. Let's say that you practiced, let's see what we do today. Exercise, put EX period, 1.21, learning B on the A string if you're a violin, viola, or cello, or if you're a bass, you can put in third position, 1, 2, 3 position, or however else you want to fill that out. As long as you be a little bit descriptive on what you practiced on and try to put everything that you did for those 25 minutes. So let's put that in there as my what did I practice. And at the bottom here we have our grading scale for what we use for how many minutes total for that week and what grade you can get. The highest grade you can get is 110 if you practice 100 plus minutes for that week. And it goes down below that. Now, if you put no time at all for this week, you get a 0, obviously. And if you get anything under 20 minutes for the whole week, you will get a 40, and so on. The grading scale works as such, and it's always posted for every log that you put in. Now, if you have to do a playing test to retake, you can submit it by sending it to my email address or going to Google Classroom, and you can upload your video and or audio recording via Google Classroom, which I'll show you in class, or I've already showed you in class previously. After you're done, you're going to get a copy of your response emailed to you via the address that you typed in at the top. Hit submit. And there is our little dialogue at the end. Thank you for your week 4 submission. Week 5 will begin on Monday, September 16th. And if you need to do another response, that was an email. If you need to do another response, just hit submit another response and do the same thing over if you need a backlog for another day, or just save this web page or this Google form for another time. And that's it.